So let's start with, we'll just go off rip and get in here with what's going on with SmashJT and the response from Alyssa Mercante. So we covered that yesterday, the insanity of Alyssa Mercante and her case and how it's complete dog shit. But what I want to get to today is I want to get to the response, because there's a response to this, right? So of course she's going to throw out this this letter, and it's going to have a lot of crap in it, et cetera, et cetera. However, this is what came from the attorney for SmashJT, who's my friend, I would say friend of the channel, Ron Coleman. Actually, let me open this up and make it a little bit bigger for you guys, because I don't want you to go blind trying to read this thing. So here's the response that she got. So remember, she's threatening to sue him for defamation and saying that SmashJT talking about her previous life as a quote-unquote sex worker is defamation and harassing. Now, mind you, she's contesting that she was just a nude model. However, as we've seen from follow-up tweets and comments, she actually was running a monetized sex blog where she would engage in sexual acts with men for the purpose of monetizing her blog. That is a form of sex for pay monetization. It's a form of sex work, right? Arguably a form of sex work. Ho's big mad about that. But here's a response from Ron Coleman. Says, we represent Jeff Tarzia, that's SmashJT, and write in response to your correspondence of September 8, 2024. By the way, he posted this. This is his post, so he's kind of put his name out there, right? I actually was censoring it, but I didn't realize his name has gotten out there, so there we go. We represent Jeff Tarzia and write in response to your correspondence of September 8, 2024. We will not rebut your assertions point by point. None of the statements you attribute to Mr. Tarzia, that's SmashJT, in section 1 of your letter is defamatory under New York or California law, because they are either true or protected opinion or polemic. Okay, this is great. This is great. It's once again the Ask Me clip. I did nothing wrong, and I'm not apologizing. It's all true. If it's all true, it's not defamation. If he called you a whore and you're an actual whore, then you can't get mad at that. If you're sexualizing, if you're monetizing your sexuality, you just have to accept that. That's your remedy, to just accept it and own it. Be empowered, girl. Right? It's great. It's great. I'm loving it. Additionally, your speculation as to what Mr. Tarzia knew, what motivated any comments he may have made, and the financial operations of his social media, his social media are incorrect and baseless. They don't know his finances, and also they don't know his motivations and what he knew. See, the problem is for Alyssa, she has to prove malice. So malice requires showing that the other person knew what they were saying was false and said it anyways. If they have any reason to believe that what it is true in good faith, then it's completely dismissed. And so malice requires you know something is false and you say it. Well, how does he know that she's conclusively not a whore? If anything, she's ambiguously a whore. But if you are ambiguously a whore, that's not enough to prove malice. If it's debatable whether or not you are or aren't a whore. So if two people would disagree, one person says, no, they're not, and some person says, yes, they are, that's not malice, because reasonable minds can differ, right? Reasonable minds can differ. Malice requires knowing something is false and saying it anyways. An ambiguous. So for these reasons and many others, your assertion that Miss Mercante would prevail if this matter was taken to court is not only unfounded, but is transparently empty threat. In fact, as you are doubtlessly aware, if these claims were litigated in either New York or California, they would not only be dismissed, but your client would be exposed to liability under anti-SLAPP laws in both states. This is great. Alyssa Mercante would actually be paying out because she filed a strategic lawsuit against public participation. This is exactly the type of lawsuit that anti-SLAPP is made for. It is trying to silence somebody's criticism, silence their free speech. And that's exactly what Kotaku wants to do, what Alyssa wants to do, what, by the way, Paul Tassi wants to do. We're going to get to Paul Tassi when we talk about Ubisoft. These people want to silence everybody. They want to muzzle everybody. These people do not like anybody that doesn't get on their knees and worship them like a golden journalist god. They have fragile little egos because they've been babied their entire life. And they've been told, yes, Queen, you're great. You're the best reviewer ever. When ultimately the reviews are dog shit. Right? So they would end up paying JT and they'd end up paying Ron's bills. The harassment claims in Section 2 are just as meritless, which means they're just made up, they're bullshit. A daisy chains of fallacious. I love fallacious. Not only because it sounds like fellatio, which is pretty much, if something is a lie, you might as well be self-fellatioing with as far as you're going to get. But this is a daisy chain of fallacious reasoning. I love it. I love big words. I'm just a simple country Florida lawyer. I love myself some big words. Back into this though. So this harassment is actually not at all a result of them, not a result of just SmashJT. It's a result of something else. And if that's the fact, they should go after. They should go after those other people, right? That's merited. The demands in some are rejected. There will be no apologies or retractions. I mentioned the retraction that they tried to make them sign was the most like broke back, just what is it? Buck broken, sort of, I was wrong, mea culpa, and it was going to get him banned from YouTube. So if JT fell for it and he did it, he would be banned off of YouTube because he would admit that his content actually violated YouTube TOS. And that would open the door for YouTube to ban similar people from YouTube. So people like Geeks and Gamers, people like Nerdrotic, all your favorite people, Ryan Kennel, right? Whoever else. Because once you start down that road, it doesn't stop. They try to use that same tactic with everybody. It's good they didn't fall for it. Oh, yeah, hold on. There's a last part here to finish up. There will be no further personal, ethical, or career advice, much less veiled references to our client's family, which are not taken well from your office to Mr. Tarzia. All further correspondence or communication concerning this matter are to be addressed to me. Truly yours, meaning f*** off, Ron D. Coleman. So shout out to Ron for that. I actually love that part. Also, I like how they did try. They were so condescending to say, do what's best for you, right? No, f*** you. You don't know what's best for anybody, right? Why would somebody who's representing your opponent know what's best for you? Like, it was so condescending. It was such douchebaggery, right? And the fact that they ever thought they were going to get a positive response instead of being mocked on social media is hilarious.